Okay, so before I went for my assessment of autism, I was trying to find videos, and I guess I tried to Google as well what to expect during an adult assessment, as I've only gone through an assessment for one of my children, which he was diagnosed. I wasn't sure what to expect, so I only found probably about one video, but it wasn't. Depending on where you are, it's a little bit different. I'm from Canada, so during the first appointment, you went through a lot of things like your childhood and stuff. My husband was there. I had a picture my mom took of, there was a piece of paper and I was supposed to write lines, and I literally wrote lines on the page for 2 pages. Again, autistic people take things literally at face value, so I thought she literally wanted me to write lines, and I remember thinking, oh, well, that's kind of weird. I'm writing lines on a page, well, whatever. So yeah, no, she wanted me to write words like I will be good at recess or something, and whatever it was. But, yeah, so during that part, I guess you go through your childhood and stuff, and I guess your memories. Sometimes they need a parent. It just depends on who's administering it. Like, I have a pretty good memory, and teachers and everything, and people to write letters of things that I do that were odd. So, in case some additional outside perspective was present, then I could do that. So the second appointment was the actual assessment. So there's like a social story, and you have to like answer, like, is there something that you might find, I guess, someone might get offended. So there's that. There was also a storybook you had to explain. I guess it didn't have any words, just pictures, and you just sort of explain what was going on. It was very disconnected. I was just sort of pointing out different observations. It wasn't like a story. I guess for me, I also had to look at this picture. There were, I guess, people, they were like bringing food to this table and stuff, and I had to describe what I saw. Did I feel anything? Then there were these different cartoon pictures I had to like explain to her as if she's the audience and couldn't see the pictures. So there was one, a man was fishing. He put the fish in the bucket. Then the cat got the fish, and then the cat was dropping, I guess, the fish into the ground or whatever, and then there was a pelican, I think it was. So it came and the pelican took it, and she asked me, was there a victim? And I'm like, well, I guess the guy originally, but then I thought, you know what, no one was really the victim. It's just Darwin's law, survival of the fittest. Everyone's just trying to get fed. Like, it's not, no one's at fault. It's just life. And then there was a similar picture. There was a monkey taking, I guess, collecting coconuts and dropping it down on the ground. Then one monkey comes along, takes away one of the coconuts, and then the guy's like, oh, what happened to the coconut, I guess, because he was looking at the missing coconut. And then he gets another coconut, drops it down, and hits the monkey in the head. And so, then I guess one of them, I think they both got coconuts each or whatever, and then she's like, oh, is there a victim? I'm like, no, Darwin's law, survival of the fittest, just trying to eat, like, just very logical, sort of, it's just life. And she mentioned, oh, okay, same thing. Yeah. And so again, there were more questions, she went more thoroughly into things, and she also asked, like, oh, when was the last time I was happy? And a really hard time describing emotions. I really had a hard time explaining, like, oh, I don't really know, like, happy, like, it's hard for me to make sense of how I feel and put labels on it sometimes, and it's hard for me to, I guess, explain feelings, recognize them sometimes, but, what else? Yeah, so it was pretty much similar-ish to the first part of, like, the lots of interviewing, and then I filled out all the paperwork because they like to score it. It's just the way it kind of is, like they like it for, I guess, research and just to confirm things. And so I asked her at the end of it, okay, so what are your thoughts? And she's like, yeah, we're leading towards autism, and that there's things that there's just more than ADHD, and yeah, so basically the paperwork is just to confirm what she sees. It's just, the government likes that because in Canada as well, people can get funding and stuff, and they can get help, a little more help sometimes, so there's more support. So of course the government's kind of finicky about that too. So that's just to confirm and score, and people like to place things, and yeah. What else? So yeah, I filled all the paperwork. Now I just send it to her. I guess basically to confirm to the government that, hey, I'm autistic. And what else? Yeah, I said, well, it feels nice being validated, because for a long time I thought I was just like dumb because I couldn't navigate these social situations, and I felt crazy sometimes because I get really like upset. Like, people that are autistic, they do have meltdowns. It's just like, no, you're not crazy, can't help it. Like, when you were a kid, you couldn't help, like, the outbursts. Like, you simply, it's not something that's easily controlled. So yeah, so it was nice being validated and not being the only one that sees these things, because I'm like, oh, is it just my imagination or no? And then as my mom was starting to read into more of this, she's like, oh, that would explain a lot about me as a child, and even today, really. So yeah, I think before all of this, I used to think, oh, I have some personality disorder. I don't know who I am. Like, who am I? I just felt like I didn't have an identity because I was so busy masking and trying to appear normal and like everyone else that I lost sense of my identity. So yeah, it makes all sense now. Anyways, I hope this was helpful, and okay, bye.